I started off getting into the industry by sort of promoting concerts, raves back in the day, and then I started getting jobs interning at publishing companies, as well as managing Wiley. I run a publishing company with Sony.
I started as Lana's lawyer. I met Lana through another client of mine and went to see a show as a sort of a favour for my client, and became her lawyer, because I'm a music lawyer as well. And from there, eventually one day she said, will you manage me?
I met a guy who was doing it, and I just begged him to allow me to help him out, and I was just very, very useful.
I started off just doing like any internships that I could. Like from the age of 17, like I did a little bit of work experience at EMI. I didn't really know what side I wanted to get into, but I just kind of took whatever I could really, and then started doing music journalism. I started writing about bands, going to gigs, and I was studying English literature at uni, so it seemed just like a natural fit. I wanted to write about music. But yeah, that kind of went on for a bit, and then when I graduated from uni, well, just before I graduated actually, I got the opportunity to work at a management company and be an assistant, and I was also scouting for my boss, like for a major label as well. So I was doing that and just like, you know, had no responsibility really, like not really enjoying it, but just kind of getting myself out there and like doing what I could.
Kind of broke into the music industry through mixtapes. I used to work on a lot of CDs, give some out for free. It got to the point where people were like, we shouldn't give these out for free anymore, we should sell them. We started selling them. We kind of built up a buzz in different areas of London. Started doing a lot more collaborations, and it kind of just went up from there, you know, just a lot more work and a lot more CDs, to be honest.
As an artist, it's really important to focus on creating your own fan base and not worry too much about attention from labels or publishers or worrying about a deal, but really focus on honing what you're doing and developing your music, but also building a fan base using Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, really important.
Be good. Qualify being good by asking someone and them saying you're good. And then like asking a lot of people and then having an actual fan base. You know, a lot of people, there's no disrespect in sort of loving your craft and wanting to be an artist, but it helps if it's qualified by someone else and someone else agrees with you. You being the only fuel of your own music forever is a really sad place. Like, you know, and if you are good, I would say find a place where people that do music like you are and immerse yourself in them. So find out what they did, hear their story, who they got in contact with, what shows they did, and what websites they're on, and all those kind of things.
You've got to believe in yourself, because otherwise, and whatever you're doing, you've got to believe, and you've got to have hard work. Because there's been times where I've thought, what am I doing? You know, maybe I should go and do some other normal job. But then music's always what I've loved doing, and I always, you know, whether it was making music, which I've done, or putting on events, I just wanted to be involved in some way. And it's like if I wasn't determined and prepared to sacrifice, I wouldn't be here having hits, because without that you don't get it, you know. So.
What you've got to do is one, I think you just have to have blind passion in the very first instance. You've got to get things right and you've got to get things wrong, and they will hopefully inform how you develop. And like I say, you always just, you know, if you're in a room with someone, take advantage of the opportunity. If you don't, then that's your fault.
But just being as proactive as you can, just trying to think of like all different ways to develop yourself. Like, you know, you don't necessarily need money, just like collaborate with other interesting, creative people. Like, I'm sure, you know, find like a friend who's a photographer, find someone with a camera. Like, it's so easy these days now to, like, you know, you can film something on your iPhone and it's pretty good quality. Like, there's always ways, and just keep doing it and think of a vision and just think about what you are as an artist, I guess. Just be sure of what you are and your identity, and then the next step is what you should do before you approach anyone is get yourself good management, because that really is the first step. Like, after you've got that stuff together, like, don't go like knocking on labels' doors, don't get an agent or even a lawyer, just get yourself a manager and, you know, find someone that you click with.
Advice I would give to young musicians is work like your job ain't finished. I think if I look at someone like Beyonce and I watch her interview and she says she doesn't have any time off, I've seen a plaque for one of her albums that sold 15 million. I don't have that plaque. If she doesn't have any time off, why should I be having time off? I need to be working twice as hard as her to get there. If that makes any sense. So for me, it's just about the graft and keep working.
Well, I think management there's not, you know, it's very difficult. It can take a long time to make any money out of it, and I think so. It's quite important maybe to have another job in the music industry of some sort, or even not even in the music industry, but to be doing it on the side and to allow yourself, you know, to earn some money, because it can take a long time to make things happen as a manager.
Just do it. Find someone you believe in. And you know what? To be honest, there's a lot of people, good artists, that are unmanaged. And if they meet someone that's hugely passionate, and even if they're straight out of university, they will pay attention to them. They'll listen, have the meeting, say, look, I really want to manage you, and this is why, and this is what I think you'll be good at, this is what I want to do with you. Sell yourself, and then just start managing straight away.
I think you need a lot of patience, and you need a lot of kind of organisation and determination. You know, it's kind of like, if you're going to be a manager, if you're going to manage someone, you know, you need to kind of believe in what you're selling. You know, it's like a relationship. You need to think this is the best artist on the world, and you need to believe it, because if you don't believe it, how am I going to convince you or whoever that that's truth?